We watched not Trump, we watched the vote take place in the House of Representatives. I'm going to talk about that on this particular podcast. But afterwards, we were waiting to start the program. And I said to Kathy, or Kathy said to me, actually, you know what we ought to do is run the program from what was the day after Obamacare was voted into effect. Is that what it was? So Kathy decided to run that last night so that you could compare and contrast as to what the Republicans said about Obamacare. Now, of course, the Republicans are full of shit. They're liars. The Democrats, they're not too much better, but they are more truthful where it concerns what's going to happen with Trump care. And I'll get to that in a minute. There was something else yesterday on Donald Trump's day off. It was his day off because, he just sat around waiting for everybody to come sucking up to him after this stupid-ass vote in the House. I couldn't believe that. The only bit of humor there was when the Democrats started singing, na, 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 hey, 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 goodbye, which is going to happen to a lot of these Republicans who voted for ending health insurance for millions upon millions of people, A. B, for lying through their asses, including Trump, about the pre-existing conditions continuing to be covered. It is not going to be covered. Boy, I wish we had a government that spoke the truth. Is that too much to ask? I mean, I'd even be willing to agree to all their secrecy bullshit if they would just, when they're talking about things that are not secret, tell us the truth. Especially the president and the leaders of the House and the Senate. Stop the bullshit. I mean, what is the point except to cover your own asses? Government leaders. They would just tell the truth. Yeah, okay. Now, yesterday on Trump's big day off, because, last night he flew up to New York, flew up to the city for, what was it? What was the party he went? He went to something. He came off Air Force One in his tux, just striding across the tarmac, getting in his, I guess it was a helicopter or a limo, whatever it was. More money. That's what you and I are paying for now. His travels back and forth between Mar-a-Lago and the White House. This was his first trip, I guess, to New York since his inauguration. Is that the first time he's seen his youngest child since the inauguration, Kathy, or has Barron been to? Who knows?
I mean, they literally keep that kid apparently locked up in Trump Tower. I mean, he's just very rarely exposed to the public, which I think is fine because as a minor, there's only so much circus freak show you can deal with. Yeah. And apparently, I mean, it's just like Tiffany Trump. Do you ever see her?
No.
They don't want you to see Tiffany Trump.
Why not? Why don't they want to see Tiffany?
Well, because she's the redneck Trump.
Oh, that's right. She's the one from, her mama's from North Georgia.
She's the one from the carpet capital of Dalton, Georgia.
That's true.
Where Mama was, what was her name? Oh, God. You know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're
Not
talking
Tammy
about.
Faye, but
No.
might as well have been. But Marla Maples. Marla Maples.
That's right.
It was about the same time as Paula and Tammy. They were all...
Marla was a cheerleader.
Marla was a beauty queen from up here in Dalton, Georgia.
That's right.
And so she's got little Tiffany. And we just don't talk about Tiffany. Tiffany is no Ivanka.
No, that's true.
So, so I imagine Barron...
Tiffany's the Seller sister.
Right.
The one they keep
the
in the
Seller
cellar.
sister.
Right.
Not the Seller as in QVC, because that is Ivanka. But
no, Cellar as in Cellar.
Yeah, as in basement.
Basement.
Right, or attic sister.
Yeah.
But yeah, they keep Barron locked up in that ivory tower where he probably has ponies and little hovercraft,
chickens and stuff,
jets and whatever, jet packs, and he has literally something like 18,000 square feet to himself on a floor.
That poor child.
who knows if he ever is allowed playmates, but, you know, he's locked up in the tower like some kind of gender-bending Rapunzel.
Yeah, it's a shame. So before he left Washington, he had 2 meetings, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. Now, the one in the afternoon was the one where I just can't get over this. All the Republicans come tumbling out of the House like so many little clowns, you know, jumping out of a car, more, and here they come, more and more. And they get on their little buses once again, and they ride to the White House to report into Daddy, Daddy, we did it, we got it passed. And Trump was all smiley and grabbing people and patting people on the ass and pussies around. He would have grabbed them, you know, just being happy, hey, that's right, okay. And it was all bullshit. You're aware of that, aren't you, Truth Seeker? But the spectacle of grown men, grown Christian men, grown Christian conservative white men, running their asses onto a bus and being driven to the White House so they can get out and pose for a picture because these assholes passed a piece of legislation which is now going to die in the Senate. There is no question about that. But since when do you go for a photo op when you do what the Constitution says you're supposed to do? Well, if you're a white male Christian neo-fascist conservative member of the House of Representatives, you do it as often as you can. But bad news for these boys. Bad news, because when the Congressional Budget Office finally comes up with the truth of this shit, and when word starts to get out, word is already out in the Senate. Lamar Alexander, Republican senator from Tennessee, is one of the people who is not going to vote for the House version of this abominable bullshit that they call the American Care Act or whatever. There are several Republicans who have already said, no, I'm not going for it. Now, the Republicans can stand to lose 2 senators when this comes up for a vote. 2. If they lose 2, it dies. And the only way the Senate is going to vote for this is if they can rewrite it. So all this happy horse shit yesterday of high-fiving and everybody smiling and grinning because they just fucked over the American public royally, just absolutely stuck it in and broke it off at the hilt. And there they are. Hey, yeah, we did it. All right. New ha-ha, hoo-hoo. Wait till the constituents find out what they're ha-ha and hoo-hooing about.